Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So we did it, guys. I think we did it this time. This account does not exist. Working Money CH underscore has finally been obliterated from Twitter, I think for good this time. I gotta thank everybody that helped me out with this. And I did post a tweet yesterday just to kind of detailing this for Twitter. I tagged Twitter support, and at verified here, just kind of giving the entire explanation. But I couldn't do it without you guys. I gotta thank you guys. I think we got this guy removed permanently. I want to bring this up, guys, because the other day we were talking about Bitcoin balances leaving the exchanges and how there was a record amount of Bitcoin pulled off the exchanges and put back into cold storage. Well, now apparently Ethereum, we're finding the exact same thing is happening for Ethereum. BondCrypt XRP pointed this out. Ethereum balances on exchanges see an historic drop, lowering risk of a major sell-off. Now, this is coming from Santiment. Analytics data vendor Santiment has published a tweet saying that Ethereum balances on multiple crypto exchanges have seen an historic drop. The overall balance of the second largest cryptocurrency on crypto trading platforms has declined and went below 18%. That's the lowest figure since November of 2018. So this is a big deal. The same thing is happening with Ethereum, guys. This is Ethereum on the daily right now, trading at about $2,032, give or take. And you guys can see Ethereum consolidating right down here, as well as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like altcoins. Bitcoin, you can see it here on the daily chart very well. The consolidation continuing to happen, but what they're finding is that there is no sell-off that is looming because the majority of Ethereum here. Let's go back to Ethereum. The majority of Ethereum is now off exchange, and this is the lowest figure they have seen since November of 2018. Just to put things into perspective, November 2018, where was that? That would bring us around November, no, that's way down here, November of 2018. Okay, right in and around here. All right, and what happened after this? Well, the market just kept moving higher and higher and higher. Of course, we did dip down here, retested this area, but this was the beer flu lockdown. This was March of 2020. And so after that, just continued making higher highs. And so record number of Ethereum not on exchanges here, as was here. So what does that tell you, guys? Accumulation of Ethereum has likely come to a close or almost come to a close. And that means we should suspect that the market will continue to rally. And we did hear, like I mentioned, we did hear that the other day for Bitcoin as well. And whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other altcoins, this rally is going to continue eventually. XRP right now trading at about 63, 64 cents, give or take. And we are seeing these same dips, right, for XRP, as well as other altcoins, retracing back into old resistance. That's becoming new support now for XRP. So, in this zone, XRP accumulators likely accumulating XRP this last hurrah before we start to see that market rally again. And with regards to exchanges, guys, Cayman Islands regulators have now flagged Binance as an unauthorized firm. Now, there was some news the other day, I did not report on it. Binance has actually been banned in the UK and in one Canadian province as well, Ontario. And so now we're starting to see more of this. So for those of you guys who have a Binance account, you should be paying very, very close attention to this. And, if it does indeed close in the jurisdiction that you're in, if you're not in the United States, because I do know Binance did open a specific Binance.us exchange for American citizens. But if you're anywhere else in the world, you should be paying attention to this. So this from John Morgan here on Twitter. The Cayman Islands Monetary Authority has said that despite media reports of Binance being incorporated in the territory, it is not licensed by the regulator to operate a crypto exchange business from within the islands. In an announcement published on Friday, the CIMA said it is informing the public that none of Binance, the Binance Group, nor Binance Holdings Limited is under its regulatory oversight to run a crypto exchange business from within the British overseas territory. The authority is currently investigating whether Binance, the Binance Group, Binance Holdings Limited, or any other company affiliated with the group of companies has any activities operating in or from within the Cayman Islands, which may fall within the scope of the authority's regulatory oversight. This is that was just a statement from the CIMA. And their argument is this: Binance.com has always operated in a decentralized manner. Binance.com does not run a cryptocurrency exchange out of the Cayman Islands, as reported incorrectly in some media articles previously, this coming from a Binance spokesperson. We do, however, have entities incorporated under the law in the Cayman Islands, performing activities that are permitted by law and not related to operating crypto exchange trading activities. So that does sound a little gray, let's call it. What do you guys think? Like I had mentioned, they are already cracking down in the UK and in the Canadian province of Ontario. And so, for those of you guys who may have some altcoins maybe on the exchange, and you do live in either the UK or Ontario or anywhere else where Binance is now being scrutinized, this could have a big impact on a significant part of your portfolio. So I would suggest just, keeping on top of this, making sure that, you have all your ducks in a row, especially, this is at a terrible time that this is coming down too, right? With the crypto market heating up again, us all having our plans to sell out of our cryptocurrency positions. I just did a video last week. How much XRP do I need to retire in the year 2021? I did outline a plan as well, and I did give some resources in that video. So if you guys didn't catch that, I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner of this video. It is an interesting time and kind of unfortunate for this to be happening now. But, I was telling somebody over my DMs, it is very bittersweet because on the one hand, we want all these exchanges to thrive and we want to keep doing business and we want to keep buying all these different kinds of altcoins. Yet on the other hand, the hammer's coming down and they're already cracking down as we're seeing here. And this is what's really going to give cryptocurrency that legitimacy. It is going to be regulated, and this is just kind of par for the course. We have to expect this. I also saw this, guys, from CZ Binance. Now, we know CoinMarketCap is also owned by Binance. This is a separate story here. That was fast. CoinMarketCap ranks legal tender countries. Go have a look. So they are now listing countries and what is actually considered legal tender in those countries. So, of course, the only country here, El Salvador, with a cryptocurrency as legal tender, including the USD and BTC. And so you can vote. You can have up to 3 votes and predict the next country or region. And you guys can click here and see what people have guessed or voted for which country will accept another cryptocurrency as legal tender. So some of the top votes right now: Paraguay, Venezuela, Anguilla, Panama, and Zimbabwe rounding out the top 5. Thought that was interesting. And despite not having a clear regulatory framework on cryptocurrencies, guys, the United States, believe it or not, the United States has positioned itself as the most crypto-ready nation in the world based on several key metrics such as Google searches, crypto ATM saturation, and legislation. This coming from Michael at Val5 links here. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether are considered to be commodities by the United States Commodities Future Trading Commission and the Securities and Exchange Commission. And with these key metrics, they are saying that, the United States is actually more ready than we think they are, believe it or not. We've been talking about the United States kind of falling behind countries in Asia. Yet this is what these metrics are conveying. The 2021 Crypto Ready Index, courtesy of research firm Crypto Head, gave the United States a top score of 7.13 out of 10. In terms of crypto ATMs, the US is leading the way with over 17,000, which is by far the most in the world, as the next closest country has around 16,000 less, so only about 1,000 crypto ATMs. The results, which were released on Thursday, showed U.S. law allows for ownership of crypto in the use of its banks, and there has been a 140% increase in searches for cryptocurrency in the past year. Cyprus was named as the second most crypto-ready jurisdiction in the world, mainly for the sharp increase in Google searches over the past year. Rounding out the top 5 are Singapore, Hong Kong, and the UK. And you guys can see that graph here. The United States ranked number 1 with a 7.13 rating. Singapore, we got Cyprus, Singapore, Hong Kong, the UK, and then the top 10, Ireland, Slovenia, Australia, Germany, and Canada make up the top 10 in terms of readiness to adopt cryptocurrency. So, despite the fact that we've talked about this idea that, the US is so far behind, the metrics are actually pointing to evidence that would suggest otherwise. So I thought this was an interesting article. I will link it in the description if you guys want to read further. T-Hole Benedict XRP here posted this. And this is Ripple related. Chief economist at Ripple, Bob Chakravorty, is also a consultant with the World Bank working on a global study group to increase the acceptance of digital payments. So again, just tying in some of these connections, with bigger companies, bigger cryptocurrency related companies such as Ripple, who are going to have a global impact on finance. And, after reading this article about this US study, this is actually looking brighter to me. The fact that, Ripple, even though they're in court right now, are going to come out swinging once this SEC lawsuit is clear. So this is just a write-up with regards to Bob Chakravorty. He is also a consultant with the World Bank working on a global study to assess the effectiveness of incentives to increase the acceptance of digital payments by micro, small, and medium retailers. And just to put things into perspective here, he is the chief economist at Ripple as well. So just another piece of information connecting Ripple and the World Bank there. And not only is Ripple working on payments and, payment infrastructure, we know that Ripple, the company, focused on payments and has been since the beginning, but we've also heard Brad Garlinghouse talking about, different avenues, different verticals that the company would eventually get into once they have perfected payments. Well, I feel like they're kind of at that precipice now where they have perfected payments, because we are starting to see Ripple now act almost as a venture capital firm. I saw this from Mac XRP here on Twitter. Ripple invests in NFT marketplace Mintable. So Ripple has joined a $13 million funding round in Mintable, an NFT marketplace that enables users to create, buy, and sell digital items using fiat or cryptocurrency. We know, guys, NFTs have been the rage in 2021, and Ripple is jumping on board with this. We know NFTs are able to be minted on the XRPL. Well, Zach Burks, CEO and founder of Mintable, says throughout 2021, NFTs have reached mass appeal, having touched almost every sector, spanning entertainment, fine arts, sports, and many more. As the technology continues to mature and the space rapidly evolves, this is a critical company milestone for Mintable, and we are thankful for the support from our investors who hold the same shared beliefs of the many opportunities that NFTs can bring among mainstream users. So these guys are headquartered in Singapore, and they minted about 700,000 NFTs just last year. So looking ahead, Mintable plans to integrate with Ripple's XRP ledger, which promises low transaction fees and low energy consumption for creators to sell their work. In a statement, Ripple says, "We couldn't be more excited to work with our friends at Mintable to provide creators and developers with the best-in-class experience and bring more participants into the blockchain ecosystem with NFTs." So I guess they are assuming NFT popularity will continue throughout the next decade. I mean, it seemed like there was a bit of a spike for NFT addiction, and then I feel like it kind of tapered off as the price of cryptocurrencies went down. Now, we might see these ebbs and flows, right? When cryptocurrencies are valued higher, people get more excited, have more money to spend on NFT products. And then when the crypto market goes down, right, everybody's still hodling, people are still waiting for that next pump up. The excitement dies down a bit, and we do see these ebbs and flows. Ripple is definitely seeing a future for NFTs, and so there's that. But also, Ripple just getting into multiple verticals is definitely going to help support a more robust XRPL for utilization, and therefore more use cases for the XRP cryptocurrency. And more value derived from XRP equals more utility, more demand, which means a higher price. Guys, I also saw this from Michael at Val5Links. Flare Finance announced a partnership with PAC Protocol to join F assets such as Cardano, Doge, XRP, and Litecoin. Well, a lot of us have been waiting for our FLR Spark tokens. There is more developing news from Flare Finance. They did just announce this partnership with PAC Protocol, and this protocol is the world's largest data distribution network. A statement to that effect was made to the community's official Twitter page. Thus, by joining F assets, Flare through PAC Protocol will be able to create bridges between communities where network users will be able to interact with DeFi products. So just a tweet to that effect. Also, PAC Protocol said that they are proud to join F assets as a wrap-around asset leveraging the potential of the Flare network. Note that PAC is indeed a Y asset mentioned above as a wrapped asset, joining the same ecosystem as the F assets in the Flare network. In addition, in the Flare Finance network, Y assets have a bridge on their own platform. So some great news there, guys. Another partnership, this time with the PAC Protocol. Wanted to thank Michael at Val5Links for pointing that out. And some Vechain news. Michael sent me this as well. San Marino approves Vechain eNFT vaccination certificate that's verifiable worldwide. So for all you Vechain hodlers, looking for value being derived from the VET token, San Marino has approved Vechain's ENTF-backed vaccination passport dubbed the San Marino Digital C Certificate. So this is what it's going to be called. The Republic of San Marino has approved Vechain's NFT-based vaccination passport, which is reportedly verifiable worldwide. Now, despite what you guys think about vaccination passports, they might be part of a new normal for our world. I mean, whether you like it or not, of course, everybody's going to have their opinion on that, but this channel is not about debating that. The positive I see here is more value derived from the VET token. The small European nation with a population of just over 33,000 announced the approval of the Decree Law number 109 of June 16th earlier today, which enables the rollout of the vaccination passport dubbed the San Marino Digital Beer Flu Certificate. The partnership includes collaboration with DNV, which will provide digital assurance over the project. The vaccination passport contains records of past infections, negative test results, and also provides a digital vaccination certificate. The digital vaccination certificate is issued upon request from approved facilities by San Marino health authorities. It is recorded on the Vechain Thor public blockchain by linking an enterprise non-fungible token, or an ENFT, to an individual's beer flu-related medical history. So there will be a QR code mechanism in this, and basically anybody can scan this anywhere outside the European Union, and this will direct users to a web-based app where the blockchain-based ENFT certificates can then be verified. We know Vechain is definitely in the business of supply chain tracing, tracking, and so this just to me seems like another logical step for that company. Here's a quote down here: "The use of Vechain's blockchain technology, and in particular NFTs, make it possible to increase confidence in the authenticity of the information, reducing the risk of counterfeiting." This coming from Renato Grottola, Global Director of Growth and Innovation at DNV. This isn't the first time Vechain has provided blockchain-based solutions in response to the global pandemic. Cointelegraph reported on January 6th that Vechain partnered with the Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus to store vaccination records on its blockchain as well. We're coming out of this pandemic, and there is going to be a new normal. That's just how it's going to go. Unfortunately, I don't think we are going to enter a world coming out of this that is going to be the exact same as when we came in. I mean, of course, some things will go back to normal, but, the way we travel, the way we interact with medical professionals, I think there is always going to be this risk. And so, vaccination passports or vaccination history being stored on the blockchain is likely going to be a new part of our new reality. And so Vechain at the forefront of this new reality. I mean, I'm just happy I own VET tokens, and I'm sure if you guys are also VET hodlers, you're also very happy to see that, there is more development for Vechain and that particular ecosystem. So again, wanted to thank Michael for posting that. And this guy's from the Cryptic Poet. Ripple partner Novati launches an expanded growth strategy with a $45 million capital raise. So boom, Novati, a Ripple partner, they're growing, guys. Here's a PDF document just outlining some more details about that. I will link this in the description of the video for those of you guys who are interested, but just the salient points here, leveraging their B2B ecosystem, combining technology, digital and mobile platforms, licenses, opening jurisdiction and highlighting trust, partnerships, providing scale without substantial capital, the ecosystem now being monetized as fintechs and businesses utilize Novati's capabilities, focus now on accelerating expansion. And here are some of the other partners that are implementing Novati services or that are in partnership with Novati, and they include, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, of course, Ripple over here, Visa, Decta, Apple Pay. Did I say Apple Pay? I don't think so. Union Pay, Alipay, and some others. We've got even Canada Post down here, huge client. The Australian government, the Financial Conduct Authority, Fintract, Canafe, New Zealand Companies Office. So the technology runs the gamut, right? Digital wallets, fintech, billing, and payments. Novati, a big customer and also a Ripple partner. So big news there, guys. Novati expanding growth with a $45 million capital raise. And finally, I wanted to mention this. Russia, guys, announced that there is going to be a digital ruble. I think we already knew that part. But now we're speculating as to whether the technology will be running on the Ethereum blockchain or Ripple. So the trial is expected to start early next year, January 2022, though the details of the technology used and whether it will be on Ethereum or Ripple, that still hasn't been explained. I mean, Vitalik Buterin is a Russian Canadian, so, he does have ties to Russia, but he's also a Canadian, so, I don't know. How close do you think he is with Vladimir Putin? It also remains unclear whether the platform would be on a totally new blockchain built by the bank themselves. I mean, I wouldn't put that past the Russian government either, which is another option that is likely to be considered by central banks. So the first deputy governor of the Bank of Russia says a digital ruble project is aimed to create a new payment infrastructure to improve the availability of payments and transfers and to reduce their costs for households and businesses. For the convenience of its use, we need to ensure a seamless migration between the forms of the ruble. This is why it is highly important for us to cooperate with market participants at all stages of the pilot project. Well, first of all, if they want a seamless migration, interoperability is definitely going to be key. We know that the XRPL can provide that very, very easily. It's already doing it for many clients. To organize this cooperation, we have promptly formed the first pilot group of banks for them to have enough time to technically and technologically prepare their systems and processes for piloting. Central banks have been slowly coming around to the prospect that digital currencies are likely to be the way forward, but while some banks have been very proactive in engaging with Ethereum or Ripple to push their digital currencies forward, some other banks are reluctant and they continue to crack down on digital assets in the hope that they would go away. This is likely to disrupt the world of finance. As we know, if few central banks and countries switch to digital currencies and few of them don't, while Europe and parts of Asia are trying to embrace this new technology, some others like the US have been reluctant to accept it. Recently, Israel has conducted a trial for the digital shekel on Ethereum, while central banks in Switzerland and France have also been conducting trials for digital currencies, though they have not disclosed whether it would be on Ripple or Ethereum, although we did hear the Central Bank of France, I believe it was, discuss this idea that the XRPL was a better option in a lot of regards. And we also know many European central banks are already partnered with Ripple, so we don't have a clear outlook for Ripple with regards to some of these European countries, but I think it's safe to say that many of them will run on Ripple just because we know Ripple is partnered with many, I think it's over 50 central banks worldwide. Likely some of those do include central banks in Europe. The Central Bank of Russia has said that the testing would be conducted over several months in various stages with the intent of publishing a roadmap for the implementation of the digital ruble in due course of time. Now, I guess there's two schools of thought here. Either Russia wants to do their own thing. You know, they are Russia. They want to have their own technology. They want to run on perhaps the Ethereum blockchain. Vitalik Buterin, a Russian Canadian. I could see where people's minds are going, right? The ties to Russia there. We want to keep the technology Russian. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to ask yourself, what is better technology? Ripple's XRPL or the Ethereum blockchain? And I know tweaks can be made and, it's not the end product. There's always going to be reworkings of these blockchains and protocols. But at the end of the day, you got to think to yourself, are we going to go with inferior technology just because it is Russian? Or do we want to be up to par with the competition? We know much of Europe's going to be running on Ripple. Much of Asia is running on Ripple. And you got to think where Russia is located geographically as well. Okay, if all these other countries around them, these are countries that they tend to do trade with more often. If these countries are running on Ripple, could it be to their benefit to also run their CBDC on the Ripple network? I mean, with the interoperability, it shouldn't really make a difference, but these are all things to certainly think about. I am speculating a little bit here, but I just thought I'd put that into perspective for you. And so, we're really in a great spot. I've been doing this channel for a while, and, I knew we were going to see another spec run before we see the real world utility. We are in a very, very good place as cryptocurrency hodlers, especially if you guys have been in this market for a while. There's always been that spec rally where we can almost kind of be guaranteed. I don't want to say guaranteed, but almost kind of be guaranteed that we will make money. And now real world utility is knocking at the door. Otherwise, we would not see countries cracking down on cryptocurrency exchanges that might not have all those checks and balance put in place. And despite what, I'll be the first to admit that, I've been saying the US has been certainly lacking with regards to cryptocurrency regulatory clarity. Despite what I've been saying, we are now seeing studies where the US is ranked as number 1 on the list, very, very ready to accept a new financial framework that does indeed include cryptocurrencies. For the cross-border payments and all that stuff, Ripple has always been at the forefront, but now we are seeing them move into those new verticals. The verticals that will grow the company and will continue to build the XRPL, more value that is derived from XRP, the higher the price goes. This is a very interesting and exciting time we're in, guys. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.